right. Good afternoon, morning, evening, as always, to the listeners of Educating with Ease. This is Dr Bauer, Superintendent of North Penn School District, and we are up for another episode of the pod Educating with Ease, which of course stands for ensuring belonging, elevating learning, engaging the community, and exceeding expectations. So glad to be here with you today. The setting for this episode changed quite a bit. I am not in my office. Today is Thanksgiving Eve, and a happy Thanksgiving to everyone who celebrates. And for those of you who do not, I wish you a wonderfully relaxing couple days here, and hopefully you get to spend time with friends and family. That all said, we again have a special guest, and I'm excited to bring that individual on. But before we do, let me cue some of this music. And there we have Mr. Bob Gilmer, perhaps one of the most popular people in the North Penn School District. Bob, how you doing?
I'm great. It's a wonderful Thanksgiving Eve, getting ready to host a lot of people tomorrow for Thanksgiving. Looking forward to lots of friends and family coming over. I'm responsible for the turkey only. And when I say I am, it's my wife and I that are responsible for turkey only.
So, you and I have something else in common. I only cook the turkey.
That's it.
So I think I've referenced in another episode that I love to use my Traeger, which is like a pellet smoker. So I smoke the turkey. So getting the brine all ready today, going to put the turkey in there overnight, fire up the pellet grill. I'm going to say sometime around 4 a.m. Put her on there. And I have one of those. Have you ever seen? It's like it looks like this, and it's called the meter. Mm-hmm. And you like put it into the turkey and it Bluetooths to your phone and gives you temperature updates, all that stuff. So cool.
I'm still old school. I'm sticking my turkey in the thigh there, checking temps. I don't have a permanent thermometer in mind, but we're old school. And my goal is to make sure we get that turkey perfect. So we'll be working on that this afternoon, this evening. Turkey, same thing. We'll go in early in the morning, like 4:30, 5 o'clock. And then we'll be, what's nice about hosting, I get to eat the turkey. We clean up a little bit. If I fall asleep on my couch, that's where I stay. And that's
all right.
Okay. Yeah. I don't have to drive anywhere. It's very nice.
Got it. Well, anything else new in the last couple of days, Bob?
So I want to say the popularity of the podcast. We're going to talk numbers later.
Ooh.
But Dr. Bauer, I was recognized at a community event. We were at a fundraiser for the North Penn High School cheerleading team, and it was a trivia night. And we had to do this activity where we got paired up. And I got paired up with someone who came up and says, "Oh, Dr. Bauer, and you have the best podcast. I listened to all of it." So I was really happy and surprised to see that somebody had recognized us and actually listens to the podcast. I'm just going to make sure I have the name right here. And it's Leslie Fisher. You're listening. If you're watching on Facebook, hello again. It's great seeing you. It was wonderful pairing up with you at the trivia night. We did not get the bonus points for the activity we had to do for trivia night, but it was a fun night. It was a great night for the cheerleading team and their fundraising. So Leslie, our number one viewer, at least last week, I'm going to call it number one viewer last week. Thanks for watching and listening to us. And hopefully you're also having an awesome Thanksgiving.
Well, all right, Leslie, I'm your number one fan. You might be our number one fan. I'm your number one fan. And we don't have merch, but if we did, there would be some in the mail for you, for being a loyal listener. So thank you. All right, Bob, let's dive in. Actually, before we get started, all through COVID and pandemic and all these virtual meetings that we host, I sit in this office for these meetings. This probably looks familiar to you because you're in a lot of virtual meetings with me.
Correct.
However, you see this picture right here? Someone like windsurfing?
Sure.
It's an ocean scene. That was painted by none other than Mr. William Patchell at 404 Bonnie Lane.
All right.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Mr. Patchell dropped that off, I'm going to say 2 years ago, for my son. So I make sure it gets in the video. So there you go. Little Easter egg there in my video. Which over your shoulder is
pausing. That's my son there.
Station identification.
Yeah, let's see if I pull him up. Sorry. Here we go.
Oh, I was talking about our station identification. But we can look at.
I'm going with my son's stuff. It's going here first. There's my son. It says Air Force graduate photo. He lived there.
Really great. And we have to keep in mind this is a podcast, so
not everybody sees it. My son's a very nice looking young man who is in the Air Force and bringing that forward. But we'll do our station identification now. So can you ask us to pause? Because I think it's time.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's pause for station identification.
WNPV Lansdale.
There it is.
There it is.
Right, beautiful. Very good. Good
okay.
job.
All right, Bob. Thank you. And glad that this is still streaming on WNPV Lansdale at noon on Saturdays. So we're trying to work our way through the school district, hit different employee groups, different individuals, just kind of acclimate the community to all those who make North Penn the place that it is. Right. And it's just I sent a message to the community yesterday and said, I hope that you see the school district in your community as a blessing in your life, because really I think we're so fortunate to live where we live, and our neighboring districts, most of them are excellent as well. So many people who care for our children and our families. And some of the unsung heroes are those who help provide the care and nourishment necessary for our kids to even begin to learn. So when discussing prospective guests, you proposed this next individual. So I'm going to let you introduce our next guest.
All right, coming up, I'm going to get myself out of the way. I realized I can't turn my video off before because it cuts off my audio. We have Julie Barnes, who is here at North Penn High School. She's our kitchen team leader. She is amazing, and it's just another one of those people that every time you ask for something or need something, she's got a smile on her face and she's ready to help. And frankly, I never have any issues whatsoever. It's just always taken care of. She is what we call GSD. She gets stuff done. So I'm going to slide myself out of the way. We'll hear Julie's theme music. It's kicking in right now. And as I get in, we'll introduce Julie, and here she comes.
Okay. There she is. Hey, Julie, how are you?
Hi, great. How are you?
Good. Thanks for joining us. Sorry if this is something new and nerve-wracking for you, but we're excited to have you.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Julie. All I know is Julie Barnes is our team leader at North Penn High School in the School Nutrition Services Department. And you are always pleasant and willing to help and pitch in whenever necessary. And like Bob said, he uses the term GSD for get stuff done. I have to say, this is a G-rated podcast. He doesn't always use the word stuff.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, but when he says that about you, that is a compliment. So tell us about Julie Barnes.
That's great. Sure. So I've been in food service for over 28 years. Started when I was 14, so you can sort of figure out my age. I have been at the high school for 3 years, and prior to the high school, I worked at Oak Park. Great experience in both schools. Love my job. It's definitely challenging, but I welcome the challenge, and we definitely do GSD, as Mr. Gilmore would say. I have 2 children. I have an 18-year-old son who just graduated, and I have a 15-year-old daughter who attends high school outside of North Penn School District. I have 2 guinea pigs as well. So that kind of sums me up a bit.
So, all right. I want to get back to the guinea pigs because that's exciting and different. That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. But my understanding is that you grew up in this area.
Absolutely. Yes.
So a North Penn High School alum?
Yep. Class of 2000.
All right. And which schools did you go to as you matriculated through the school district?
I went to York Avenue, then to Pembroke, then Penndale, and then the high school.
So were you one of the students who went to Penndale for 9th grade?
I went to Pembroke for 6th and 7th, and then to Penndale for 8th and 9th.
Interesting.
Yes, very different back then.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I knew that happened. Okay, Bob certainly does. He prides himself on being the North Penn School District historian.
Yes.
All right, so all great things. Let's jump to the guinea pigs. So when did this guinea pig thing start, and have you always had one?
It started back in 2015. And so I'm not sure if you know Michelle Doherty. She is a secretary and much more than that. But so actually, she is who got me started with guinea pigs. Her daughter was going away to college, and she had 2 pet guinea pigs and was not going to be able to take the guinea pigs with her to college. And so her and my mom are longtime friends. And so Michelle posted on Facebook and said, I need help. I need somebody to adopt these 2 guinea pigs for my daughter. And my kids and I had just suffered the loss of a pet, a very dear pet to us. And so it was kind of like, well, maybe this is just the right timing. Maybe this is a sign for us. So we've had guinea pigs forever, ever since 2015. We've always had 2 guinea pigs. So right now we're on guinea pigs 5 and 6.
Oh, so if this started within the last 10 years, what is the life expectancy of a guinea pig?
They can go anywhere from 5 to 7 years.
Okay.
And when we got Michelle's daughters, they were already a few years old. So we only had them for a couple of years. But so, yeah, like I said, we're on guinea pigs 5 and 6, and I don't see any end in sight.
Got it. And what are their names?
So I have Ruby and Mocha right now.
Oh.
The ones Michelle gave us were Pip and Squeak. And then I had Nutmeg, and I guess I still had Ruby then too. So Ruby's met all the generations of guinea pigs. But so yeah, so it's Ruby and Mocha right now.
Got it. And I excuse my ignorance, but when you have pet guinea pigs, do they like come out to play or?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They love they love attention. They love to be held. Absolutely. Yes. They're great little, almost like emotional support animals too, for me, if I'm being honest. So they love to cuddle. They love to be held. So they're a lot of fun.
If you're up for an adventure, I'd love to hear the story of you taking a guinea pig to Citizens Bank Park. I don't know if you heard, but someone took an alligator as an emotional support alligator.
Oh,
and they did not allow that individual in, but I wonder if they would allow you in with Ruby.
They would have to. She's just so sweet and so adorable. I don't see how anyone could say no.
Got it. All right. So let's go back to the professional avenue here. And what is it about your job that you just love?
I love when the students come into the cafeteria and they say, oh, it smells so good in here. Or they say, oh, I love this lunch. This is my favorite. That is the reason why we do what we do. And we're trying to change the stereotype even about school food and school lunch. And I think this year is already off to a great start. I think this is going to be our best year. A shout out to Andrea Stewart. She does all of our menus and food procurement, and she's doing a great job. The menu has expanded so much, and really just we're getting away from just the typical what you would think of as school food and moving into more. We have some Indian cuisine. We may even be having a little Jamaican island cuisine coming up.
Wow.
So we're really trying to appeal to the students and provide something that they want to eat. And that is what our goal is. That's what my goal is I just love when I hear the kids say that the food tasted so good. They came back and got seconds or even thirds. That's everything to me.
Yeah, I will say, so I do this thing called Superintendent's Council, Student Council, and I'll go around and each month I go to a building for an hour or two and sit down with a group of kids and talk to them about what's going well in their building, what's not, what do they love, what do they wish we would change. And I got to be honest, this year, I've been hearing a lot more from students that they like the school meals.
Excellent.
Yeah, which is really great. And I just had my meeting with the high school kids this week.
Great.
And they were profuse with their appreciation for the food and the staff and the staff in general. It was really neat.
That's wonderful. I'm so glad. That just made my week to hear that.
All right, good. So we're giving thanks, and I think
Absolutely.
the students give thanks for the food and the opportunities they have. And a lot of people don't realize all the work that all of you do in trying to make sure that the food is culturally appropriate. Not all of our students eat the same types of things. And in a diverse student population, having unique food offerings is a great way to get kids to get to learn about one another.
Correct. Yes, absolutely.
So
Yep.
one of the students said this week, I really like when we have blackout days when they can't give a test or a quiz because of a religious holiday. And you would think that would be self-indulgent for a kid, like, I don't have homework, I don't have a test. But the student actually said, it makes me pause and ask my friends, like, can you tell me a little bit more about that holiday and why you observe it? So I think the same is true of the meals. So I really appreciate all that you guys do with that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So before we pull Bob back in and we go through a couple of our standard segments, I believe you wanted to give a shout out to your teammates there at North Penn High School.
Absolutely.
Let it rip.
All right. So here we go. Cheryl, Pam, Sue, Donna, Ryan, Nate, Eileen, Melissa, Kathleen, Francis, Judy, Shia, Marion, Cynthia, Camille, Teresa, Tammy, Linda, Candace, LJ, Jean, Kay, Anna, Val, and Christina.
All right. So first of all, I hope people recognize you just listed, I'm going to estimate 20 names. And that's what it takes to feed 3,000 children breakfast and lunch every day.
It sure does. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We serve between breakfast and lunch. We're serving anywhere between like 2,500 and 2,700 meals a day.
That's incredible. The volume at North Penn High School. I look forward to seeing the possibilities too with the renovation in the long run.
I can't wait for that. Yes.
Yeah, it'll be incredible. But I do want to give a shout out to, I love them all, of course, but when I was high school principal, Francis,
yes.
I would come down and grab a salad and she would almost smack that salad out of my hands. Oh, no. And she would take me in the back and she would make me a fresh salad.
Absolutely. Yes, she is the best. And she does a beautiful job with the salads. The students and the teachers alike, they both go crazy for her salads, her creations. She does a wonderful job.
Yeah, I miss seeing her all the time. I would make it a point to buy lunch at least once a week because it gave me the opportunity to get back there and talk to, like I said earlier, the unsung heroes and just kind of fraternize with everyone and say hello and show my appreciation. So glad to hear that Frances is still there and still making her salads.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's pull Bob back in here, Julia, and let's put him on the spot with a few things. Bob, come on. There he is. Oh, yeah.
There's my music kicking.
Bob, now like when I see your name on my phone when you're calling,
that's all you hear?
Yeah, that's what I hear. I should set your ringtone on my cell phone right?
That's a great idea. That's what I'm going to do for all our guests. Their theme music, I'm going to send it to them as a ringtone so they have it. Yeah, that's a great idea. That's Bob, the parting gift I'll give out now.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Yeah. That's your prize for volunteering your time as a podcast guest, Julie. You get Bob's ringtone.
Wonderful. I love it.
All right, Bob, why don't you take it away for us? Let's do some segments.
There's a couple segments we like to do. First one we're going to kick off with is Hear the Music. It's time for Local Eats. We want to find out what is your favorite places to eat here in the North Penn area or the grander Montgomery County area. Where's a great place to eat? And Dr. Bauer, take it away. Local Eats.
Right. So I took a different approach this time. And I didn't, not saying anything about the quality of the food at this establishment. However, I appreciate the service and convenience. So I live in Harleysville and almost into Green Lane, almost like I'm on the fringe of Harleysville. And I live kind of near the Landis Shopping Center off of Sumney Town Pike. That's Shelley Road. I live close to there. And there's a pizza place in that shopping center called Pelleritos. And Pelleritos makes a great sandwich, good pizza, just solid cuisine. However, when you order on your phone or you call, I'm telling you, it is at my door in like 20 minutes. And I really appreciate the fact in a busy life with young children, my kids are in 8th and 5th grade, and we're always on the go. And if I'm not at work in the evening, I'm running somewhere. So if we order food from them, they're always pleasant, always polite, and expeditious in delivering our food. So I appreciate Pelleritos in Harleysville.
There's a North Penn connection there.
Go on.
So if you remember a career study student of mine a few years ago, Alex Pellerito, that's his family. And they used to own Italian Delight right across the street.
Oh, I love Italian Delight.
North Penn High School. So it's that family. Pelleritos is the family that had previously been at Italian Delight. So shout out to Alex as well. He's a former student of mine.
So, Bob, I'll tell you what. My kids went there with my wife the other day to pick up dinner, and they said it just changed hands.
Italian Delight or Pelleritos?
Pelleritos.
Interesting.
So I wonder if if Alex's family just sold it. We'll have to find out.
I wonder. Yeah, we'll figure this out.
And last, if anybody knows, feel free to message that. I will say last month we were talking with Fred Irvin, or 2 weeks ago, and he was talking about the name of the sandwich shop.
Yes.
And Tina Stoll answered that question. I forget the answer, and
I know I'm looking it up right now.
All right, I'll find it. You go ahead and answer, or Julie.
It's Julie's turn. I'll look this up.
Okay. So I am a huge fan of barbecue. Anything barbecue. All about it. Whisters in Lansdale at Broad Street and White's Road.
Yes.
Fantastic. Pulled chicken is my favorite there. So good. The barbecue sauce does have a little bit of a kick to it. I'm not a big spicy fan, but it's delicious anyway. Love it. Go there pretty often.
So this is funny, Julie, but I'm a huge barbecue fan. And as I said earlier in this episode, I have 3 different grills outside. I love to barbecue. I love to smoke different meats. I've never been to Whisters, and it's right around the corner from my office.
Please make a point to stop there and get something. It's delicious.
Okay. Reasonably priced?
Yeah, it's reasonable. It's a little bit pricey, but it is 100% worth it.
Okay. I don't mind paying if the quality is there. So
exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. I appreciate that one. I'm going to have to stop. Go ahead, Bob.
Yep.
All right. So I'm looking up. I don't know if it was a text or it was a.
I found it.
You found it. Okay, good. That's what I was looking for. I'm looking in all my places to try to find where this message. Go for it.
So it says, this is from Tina Stoll, school board president. She's a loyal listener too, apparently. Listening to the podcast, Steve's Hoagies was named the sandwich mill before, and her friend Kathy told her this. So Kathy Moore, I believe, got the correct answer, but it was called Steve's Hoagies before the sandwich mill. There we go.
We'll send all those prizes out for those correct answers. Yeah, okay. We got it.
A ringtone. A
ringtone. Mm-hmm.
So for my local eats, I got to hit up Marie Kim, principal over at Montgomery. She talked about a few weeks ago, Grand Rodeo or Rodeo?
Grand Rodeo, yep.
And we went there. That was another fundraising night. We go to a lot of fundraising local eats. And we were there for dinner for Bridle Path Elementary School. They were having a dine-out night there. It was splendid. But that is not my local eats because that's already been one. I just went to First Watch, which is a breakfast place on 309 by 5 Points, Lowe's or BJ's and all that over there. And my wife and I went to breakfast there on Sunday. Oh my God, it's so good. I'm a breakfast person. I love breakfast. Yeah. It was absolutely wonderful. So it was really crowded. Surprisingly, I didn't realize they had so much parking there. And I pulled into the parking lot and it was full. And I'm like, oh boy, what are we getting into? We were able to get a table right away, but it was hopping. It was a great place to eat breakfast. First Watch.
All right. I have inquiries.
Yes.
First of all, I thought you only frequent West Main.
That is not true.
Okay.
I mostly frequent West Main.
You said that when you sit down, they bring you your order.
Yes, they do. It's great. Early this morning, I was there for breakfast with my dad because I haven't been able to connect with him for about 3 weeks or so. So at 7 o'clock this morning, do you know where I was? West Main Diner. So I have not given up on my West Main Diner.
All right. And then my second question or comment here is, what's the origin of the name First Watch? What's
I have no idea. There was actually a whole bunch of literature on the menu that I like to read when we go there, historical pieces about places and where they come from. But they were so efficient that menu disappeared before I could read it. So I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. First watch, breakfast. It's your first watch of the day. I don't know. Let's make it up.
Hey,
or somebody can tell us.
Yeah, this is another opportunity for us to say, if anyone would like to sponsor the pod, we would absolutely make that donation to the Ed Foundation. But we could try out your local eats. And maybe someone from First Watch would like to, give one of our listeners a prize, Bob.
I've been thinking we should do one of these on location.
Oh. What if we did it in the North Penn High School cafeteria and Julie fed us?
Oh, I can do that.
We definitely do that. I'll do that any day of the week. We can do a podcast every day. That'll be great.
There you go.
All right, next segment, Bob.
All right, before we get to the next segment, you're talking about how many students you serve. The one stat, and I believe it's relatively accurate because we've been saying it for a little while, the North Penn School District combined kitchens all of our kitchens, all of our elementary schools, middle schools, high school, with the number of lunches we serve, we are the largest restaurant in Montgomery County.
Wow.
We serve the most people every day in our cafeterias / kitchens every day collectively of the North Penn School District. So we're the largest restaurant that you will find in Montgomery County.
That's amazing. I believe it.
High school's got to be right up there, by the way, all by itself.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, so.
Yes.
All right, next segment.
All right, I'll take this one.
Okay.
But cue the music.
You got it. It's coming.
There we go. And it is small wins.
Small wins.
Small wins. So I'll kick this one off too. Mine's actually an interesting one. And, people, I almost think like dehumanize those of us in education in the sense that like they always see you as that person. So they see me in a Duke quarter zip here and they're like, oh, there are times where he doesn't wear suits, right? Well, there are times where we fill other roles other than superintendent and team leader at North Penn High School cafeteria and coordinator of communications media. And this morning, I was a dad and I went to my son's parent-teacher conference. And I know that a lot of the teachers in North Penn School District had their conferences this week as well. And I just want to say, for those of you who have had an experience where your child can be frustrating, your child drives you nuts at home, but then you go to school and the teacher's like, he's an angel here. And you're like, what? My child? I had that experience this morning because I said, oh, my son, he gives me a run for my money, and he and I have a hard time together sometimes because our personalities are very similar and we clash. And the teacher said, and I'm going to give a shout out because he's a North Penn alum, Jeff Sinkinson, brother of Bill Sinkinson. And the Sinkinsons are a North Penn family. Of course, Amy Sinkinson at Penfield is a counselor. And he said, well, he's not here. He's a good kid. He's a leader. He works hard. And I just want to appreciate that moment. So that was a small win, Bob. Small win. Let's go to Julie for her small win.
Todd, I think that's a really big win. I think that's awesome. Okay, so my small win is that, I like makeup and beauty products just like any other woman. I love eyelashes. I refuse to wear fake eyelashes, but I use the serum that I put on my eyelash line every night before bed. It's expensive. It's sold at Ulta. So I was out of my eyelash serum and I'm a single mom, right? So I'm thinking like, should I really be doing this? Should I be spending like almost $100 on this eyelash serum? Yeah, I know. So
no, you shouldn't.
You know
you shouldn't.
What? I'm like, I have some overtime hours coming up. Like, I'm going to do this. I've earned it. I've worked hard. I'm going to get it. So I'm driving to Ulta and I'm almost ready to turn around like 3 times because I'm thinking like I'm having this battle in my brain that's going like, yes, get it. You deserve to get it. And the other one is like, well, no, we're going to be off for the holidays. And what about the holidays? You need to have money saved up, buy gifts. And so driving myself crazy as I'm driving to Ulta. I go in to get it. And I'm just trying to tune out the devil side of me that's like, no, don't do it. And so I get up to the register and I tell the lady I have like an Ulta rewards program that I am. So I've earned a lot of points, I suppose, by spending money on this eyelash serum. So when I got up there, she says, well, you have enough to get like $15 off the eyelash serum. And I was like, wow, really? Maybe I'll get 2. No, I didn't. But that was a small win for me because I was just battling myself the entire 15-minute drive to the mall or to Ulta. And to get up there and find out I had this $15 discount was amazing. That was a huge win for me. So anyway, yeah.
The universe said your eyelashes deserve it. That's what the universe just said.
That's exactly right.
That's what I think too.
Yeah, you get up there and when you have those hidden rewards, like, I don't know if you guys have pets. Oh, you have guinea pigs. But when I get a free bag of dog food, it's the best thing ever.
It's life-changing.
It's a small win. That's good. That's
all right.
good.
I like it. Small win. Love it.
Yeah.
Mine's simple. So it's Thanksgiving. Last couple of years, picking up my daughter up in New Hampshire, traveling in Thanksgiving week and taking back has been tough. She was able to take the car up this year, which is great, which means she gets to drive herself home. So I kind of miss I got to go drive up there a bit. Kind kind of miss doing that. But she had a class yesterday till 4 p.m. And you know the weather up the East Coast, and it's going to be nighttime, and it's Thanksgiving, and it's going to be a 10-hour drive. And her professor was like, "You don't need to go to class today. You can hit the road," kind of thing. So she was able to leave yesterday morning in the daylight at 8 a.m. to head back here. It still took her 10 hours to get home, but it wasn't in the rain at night, in the darkness at 2 o'clock in the morning. So small win. I'm very thankful that her professor was like, "You're good. Here's the slides. Head on out to your family for Thanksgiving yesterday." So she's home, warm and safe, and it's a small win for me that she wasn't driving in the rain overnight, and it's wonderful having her home. So that's my small win.
So, great. Julie, if I had the capability at this point to kick Bob out of the room, I would.
Watch this.
Because here he goes. I don't want to break his heart, but his daughter Riley just told him that the professor said she didn't have to go to class. Because that's a stunt I pulled in college too,
That could
Bob.
very well be.
I'll take
We've
it.
all done that.
She drove safely. That's all I know. That's great.
Yeah. Having family home for the holidays, and I assume when your children are of college age or post-high school age, it's really special. So congratulations.
So Dr. Bauer, before we start the wrap and before we let Julie go, I have a new segment.
Uh-oh.
New segment alert.
All right, Julie, he's putting us
on the spot.
Okay.
Here we go. Go ahead.
Because in our pre-interview here, we're talking about different things we do, and I was wondering, because I always say this, I do karaoke parties and those kinds of things and host those every once. And this is what I say to everybody that never wants to sing. Everyone has a song. So I don't know if that's the name of the segment. Everyone has a song. So what's your go-to karaoke song, Julie? Where do you go to? Karaoke night, you have to sing. What's the song you're pulling up? You're like, this is my song. This is what I'm singing.
I'm Still Standing by Elton John.
Yes.
Whoa. Okay.
I'm not going to ask you to sing it. That's not part of the segment.
Okay, good. Yeah. I don't want to lose my job.
All right.
I can't remember the name of it. So when my wife and I, we did a couples only trip to St. Martin a few summers ago, one of those all inclusives. And she and I sang
Islands in the Stream?
Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
Oh, okay, good.
And I am not a vocalist, let's put it that way. But in my own mind, I sounded great. Sounded great.
Yep. We all sound great in our own minds.
Especially when you're at an all-inclusive.
I was going to say, when you're not all-inclusive, you sound wonderful. That's all I'm saying. So I always kick off, the one I know everyone can sing and gets everybody in the mood. Daydream Believer, the Monkees, is a great kickoff song.
Okay.
Pretty much everybody can sing it. It's not hard. And frankly, everybody's like, this stupid Monkees, whatever. Everybody knows that song. So that's a good kickoff song. But my closer, where I bring down the house and I shut off the lights and we're done for the night. Sister Christian, Night Ranger.
I don't know that song.
I don't know that one either.
Oh, you would know it if I sang it. I'm not doing it right now.
All right,
Sister Christian, Night Ranger. My closer. Those who know Night Ranger know Sister Christian. Grew up in the 80s. Back me up. That's an excellent closer. End of story.
All right. Well, this is what you did here. First of all, I want to thank Julie for coming on.
Absolutely.
Julie, I wish you and your family a wonderful Thanksgiving, as well as all of our listeners. I hope you enjoyed yourself and this wasn't too painful for you.
This was great. I would do it again anytime.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. But, Bob, you created a new segment and you gave us outro music.
So
let's play it. Let's listen to it as we finish this episode for all of our listeners. We'll give you the analytics next time. We're doing really well on the podcast. We have nearly 8,000 listens already, and we really appreciate you. Have a wonderful couple days here, and we'll see you back real soon. Take care, everyone.